Hey everyone, welcome back to the second part of our playthrough of Silent Hill 4 The Room. To do a little recap, last time we were stuck in our room, we found a hole in our bathroom, and we met a woman named Cynthia, who kinda flirted with us a bit.
She's dead now.
Yeah, she's dead now. And we returned to our apartment. And we'll see what goes on next time. Right now, sorry.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start.
Let's go.
Okay.
Cynthia was a bloody mess on the floor. Henry asked her, "Are you okay?" Which was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a question you ask when you see someone in a bloody mess on the floor?
I guess. Yeah. That's what Henry thought to say. So yeah, here I'm kind of like reorganizing my inventory. And yeah.
Back in the apartment.
We're back in the apartment. I do kind of like the theme here. That's about like being introverted, I guess.
Yeah, the introverted.
Yeah, like wanting to stay at home constantly and
closed
stuff.
off.
Yeah, closed off and
maybe a little bit of agoraphobia.
Yeah, for example, or being very isolated.
And another example of someone cleaning the hallway.
Yeah, they do that a lot for some reason.
Yeah, these people love to sweep.
And this is actually Frank Sunderland. Yeah, the dad of the main character of the Silent Hill 2.
I wonder where James went.
Yeah, I think he even makes a reference later, like where he's like, "Oh, it's like my son who disappeared and his wife." And
last time I heard of him, he was going to that place Silent Hill.
Yeah, exactly, basically like that. And Eileen is just hanging around in her bedroom, I guess. She does this a lot, actually.
Henry's a peeping Tom.
Yeah. And Eileen is just lazy at home constantly, apparently.
Peeping Tom, man.
Yeah. And here there is some chocolate milk suddenly, which is a key item we need for later.
Was it there before?
No.
Oh, thanks world for spawning in chocolate milk for us.
Yeah, I guess maybe the implication is that maybe the apartment did create that, maybe, or like maybe you just found it accidentally. It's like, oh, it's hidden behind this ice block, I guess.
Hey, apartment, do you have French fries and McDonald's?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking through the window again. You may also notice that the weather outside has changed a little bit. I think, like it's a bit darker.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you look at the sky.
And the ambulance is still there.
Yeah, the ambulance is still there from Cynthia. Rest in peace, Cynthia.
Well, they're not in a rush because she's already dead.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, now we're gonna go through the hole again, and you notice that the hole is getting bigger. Henry even makes a remark about it. Now we're gonna wake up somewhere else, I think.
Ooh.
So yeah. So this is Forest World. A lot less happy than Subway World.
Subway World sounds a lot happier than it actually is.
Yeah, exactly.
But here we are in Forest World.
Yeah, and this world is actually based off of a forest near Silent Hill. This is actually a Silent Hill forest, essentially, yeah. So yeah.
There's still electricity in that lantern?
Yeah, apparently.
Somehow.
So I'm gonna check the map here. So the map in this world is kind of interesting. There's like a central area, and then it splits off in 4 different directions. Like northwest, northeast, southeast, and southwest.
Yeah.
We're not in the central location, by the way. We're in the northeastern utmost part.
I just noticed, I find it very funny that Henry has got chocolate milk in his pocket right now.
Yeah, so he also makes a mention of writing. And he also knows in the stump there's writing there.
Yeah.
That's gonna, and here also, that's gonna come into play much later in the game.
But meanwhile, Henry's like, I can't read.
Yeah, apparently he can't read it, which is, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's a different, like, language or something. Or maybe it's magic, I don't know. You never know with these games.
Magic illiteracy.
Yeah, exactly. So these are the second most annoying enemies. These flies, or bats, I think they are. Or I'm not sure what they are.
Really big mobs.
Yeah, really big moths, I guess. They're also very annoying, and there's a lot of them.
Oh yeah, they kinda have bad wings.
Yeah, later I will just ignore them and just try to run, basically. But now I'm just like smacking them. I'm having a little bit of fun. Smack, smack.
Boom.
Yeah, because I really hate these fucking things. I still hate the wall men the most, but
Oh yeah, the bitch slappers, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Don't worry, I'm gonna ignore them later on. So yeah.
And they always put them on moving platforms.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna check the map, I think, again, or oh no, I'm just gonna check out my inventory.
How does Henry feel about this?
Presumably very distressed, I guess.
I
He's
hope
like-
so.
He doesn't like this, I believe. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so this is near Silent Hill. It's actually next to Toluca Lake, which is often mentioned in the Silent Hill series.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a giant lake, I guess. And yeah. So yeah, I'm checking the map again.
And
And
the
I'm
map
just-
is hand drawn.
And at this point, I'm just gonna run. So something to note is that in the previous Silent Hill games, there were a couple of iconic items that the protagonist always gets: the radio, which warns you of monsters, and the flashlight, which lights up dark areas, obviously.
Yeah.
And you notice that in this game we never do that, which is kind of interesting to me.
Henry skips those steps.
Yeah. And there's a car here, which is interesting. Yeah, it mentions that there's like trash, and then yeah. Yeah, so he mentions that he's thirsty.
And he
And,
also mentions the devil.
Yeah. Yeah, so here is a little description. Yeah, this is kind of a hint for a puzzle later. It's kind of a cool puzzle, actually.
The dug up key.
Yeah. So there's someone else here, which we're about to meet very soon, I think. Yeah, here he is.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
So you came to investigate this stone.
Yeah, so you notice he stutters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There was a
Though he stops doing that when he's excited, I think. When he's really happy.
nosy guy. But I was the one who found the stone first. In the old days.
So you can kind of notice that he's very knowledgeable,
Naki
which is actually kind of good.
They used it in a ceremony for talking with their dead ancestors.
It's kind of weird that he didn't introduce himself when he saw Henry. He just started spouting plot, I guess.
Yeah.
Call it the Mother Stone.
Yeah.
He's really interested in geology.
Yeah, I guess so. And I'm just like bored a little bit, and I'm gonna. So he mentions a religious cult, which is actually interesting because that's a reference to Silent Hill 1 and to an extension 3, because they're a big part of those games. Also in this game as well, I guess.
There is a lot of cult activity in the Silent Hill series.
Yeah. I think the only Silent Hill game that doesn't do that is 2, I think.
Mhm.
The second one. And maybe Downpour, maybe? I don't know. I haven't really completed that game.
Yeah. There's always a reference to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, so Henry's kind of creeped out by the rock, so he's gonna move on. And he's gonna like, oh, okay.
So not the guy so suddenly spouting geology stuff.
Yeah, no, it was the rock. That was creepy. So yeah, we noticed like a... So it's kind of a weird forest to me. There's a lot of wells.
Oh yeah.
There's like the third well we saw, or the second time maybe.
There's a lot of water here.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it is next to a lake.
Yeah, exactly, so it makes sense, I suppose. So there's a lot of dogs. Yeah, so I kind of skipped over here because I was being chased by dogs. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Ah, fuck!
So yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, Jesus. God damn it, those dogs always chasing me and biting me in my ass. And you notice there's another wall here, a hole here that we can return to our apartment.
Yeah.
And more writing there, as you can see.
Then, that is why we're not using healing items. We can just go back to the apartment.
Yeah, which also adds to the theme of like introversy, you know, like being safe at home essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the Wish House, which Jasper mentioned that it's like where the creepy cult operated. So yeah, it's kind of a small building actually, isn't it? For being, I think it's an orphanage, so it's, yeah. I wonder how many kids were here actually.
Yeah.
Probably not a lot, because yeah.
Going back to introversion, it's like his apartment is his safe space.
Yeah.
And he's getting stressed outside of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, it's kind of cool actually, the theme here. And this is another ghost. And you notice that he's kind of a little different. Instead of grabbing us, he will attack us with his spade, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of a special ghost in that regard. He has a weapon.
And another well.
Another well. Another hole. And we're gonna go here. Yeah, there's a kid here. Maybe from the Wish House.
Hey, little boy. What are you doing here?
Yeah, looks like kind of worried, the kid. And Jasper is there.
You're finally the third revelation. Something's gonna happen.
Also notice Jasper's t-shirt.
Nosy guy that was here.
Hmm.
He said it too.
Yeah, I will explain it later, but
Something
yeah.
big is gonna happen. Finally, it's gonna happen.
So Jasper's kind of been a weirdo here.
He's part of the cult.
I don't think necessarily he is, but
Or he knows of it.
yeah, he knows of it, but he's just a weirdo, I think. So yeah, to kind of explain that t-shirt, there's an image of a creature on it, which is actually the concept art for the final boss of the first Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And also has a word on it, which is Horus, I think, which is actually another name for Florus, which is a demon from the Ars Goetia. Which is, if you don't know, the Ars Goetia is like a big group of demons, 72 of them, and they're all like dukes and princes and such. They command legions of demons, and they're all different. They're all kind of unique in that sense.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, specifically Florus is known to be very knowledgeable. He knows things about the past, the present, and the future. And also very associated with fire, which is gonna be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's kind of meant to reflect Jasper, because he's very knowledgeable and he knows things about the past, the present, and the future, I guess. Maybe not the future part, but...
Oh, there's blood on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was there before.
There was also some numbers on that coffin.
Yeah, there were also numbers on the coffin earlier.
Maybe an earlier victim.
Yeah.
The door.
So Jasper has calmed down a bit. And I'm kind of like, alright, you weirdo.
Nosy guy.
Yeah.
Give me something really good.
So I'm already preparing for you.
I could.
So he asked
let
us-
you
he
have
asked
it,
us for something.
but not for free.
And yeah.
I'm really thirsty. I'm so thirsty.
He's been a weirdo again, so let's give him, yeah, he wants chocolate.
Oh,
Which is good, because the drink we picked from the refrigerator was actually a chocolate drink. Yeah, chocolate milk, sorry.
We came prepared.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's some chocolate milk.
Yeah, he really drinks it weirdly.
Stop being a weirdo now.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
yeah, it's really weird to me.
Here.
He's like,
this.
thanks for the chocolate milk, here, have a
There's
spade.
something written on it.
The little hand spade.
Yeah, exactly, little hand spade. Which is kind of funny to me, just the exchange.
I love chocolate milk.
Yeah, and he keeps drinking it and being like in a real weird animation.
How much chocolate milk is in that bottle?
Yeah, it's a lot apparently. So here's a hint where we can find something with a spade. So yeah, it's kind of an easy thing to do actually, so yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna exit out of it anytime. Okay.
There's also blood on the spade.
Yeah, there's so I guess maybe someone got killed with it, I guess, maybe. Or maybe just someone got killed near it. And that's how it splattered on it. So I'm kind of checking the map to see where I have to go, basically. I'm like, where is the opposite of the... And I'm like, oh yeah, it's Yeah, that's that way. Huh. Yeah.
We got the dogs again.
Yeah, there's a lot of dogs in the forest world. You also notice that one of them is more purplish. They are stronger.
Okay,
Yeah.
doesn't matter, we're just running past.
Yeah, we're just running past. So yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to search around here for usage with the spade. But I realize it's actually in the next area. Eventually, so.
Get it together, Henry.
Yeah, exactly. Move on, Henry. And I'm checking the map again. I'm like, oh yeah, right. There's another area. Okay, let's go there. And yeah, so here somewhere is where we can use a spade. And it's actually here with the hand coming out of the ground. So we're gonna do that. And then he's gonna crouch and he's just gonna, you know, dig. Let's see what's in there. So the next puzzle is actually very interesting to me. Which is about to see. Hold on. So yeah, the rusted bloody key. And it mentions the holder of this key will wander for eternity. So what we're supposed to do is while we're holding that key, if we return to the wish house, there will be like a fog. And it will repeat the room constantly. So you can never progress. What we're supposed to do is go back to our apartment and put the key in our box. And then return to the wish house, go into the hole there and retrieve it. So it's kind of a clever puzzle to me.
There are puzzles involving the apartment.
Yeah, exactly, which I really like actually. I really like that about this game.
After a while, new players would realize this.
Yeah.
Get the phone.
Yeah, it's actually the doorbell.
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of sounds similar, but yeah, so it's Eileen again.
Help me!
And Henry's trying to like to draw her attention. And he's like,
There's something going on in this room.
I just can't hear him.
I heard weird noises coming from
So that's another character, that's Richard Braintree, I think, which is like kind of an awesome last name actually.
No. Everything looks pretty normal to me.
So we're gonna see of Richard later.
What's he like anyway?
I don't know, he's kind of a weirdo.
He never goes out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go call the super.
Yeah.
So the super is actually Frank Sunderland then. Just to kind of clarify. So yeah, he kind of realizes that nobody can hear him. Oh, sorry. And yeah, we're gonna now put the key in the box. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna save again. So hold on, everyone. It really does hurt my eyes when it happens. I'm really sorry, guys. It's really bright. I'm not sure why it is so painful. But I'm also kind of a vampire in my personal life, so.
So now we're going back to Chocolate Bill Guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Jasper?
Jasper. I think his last name is Gein or Geen, or I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Who also seems to be, based off the note earlier, kind of like a devil worshipper, like a literal devil worshipper. Because he mentioned like, oh, I saw the devil back then and I want to see him again or something. Yeah, so we're gonna see more of that later.
Back to the orphanage.
Yeah, exactly. So once again we have the doggies here. They punish me for running. Yeah. And the flies are already going after me also.
I don't care, the apartment will heal me.
And he's still drinking, by the way.
He's really savoring that bottle.
Yeah, exactly. We've been gone like for 5 minutes, I think.
Oh yeah, the chocolate milk from heaven. Oh.
I do feel like Jasper is that kind of guy who's kind of weird about it. He's like, come on, Jasper, just drink it out. So yeah.
And then we're gonna retrieve the key.
We're gonna retrieve the key, yeah. So that's kind of the puzzle, essentially. Yeah. So yeah, that's the placard we got from Cynthia, by the way.
From Subway World.
Yeah, from Subway World.
Full of Subway sandwiches. Yay.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah. So we're almost nearing the end of the forest world, I think.
That's quick.
Yeah, I did it very well this level. It was very efficient. So yeah, so we're gonna use the key and we can finally enter the wish house. I tried to talk with him, but he's like,
He's obsessed with the chocolate milk.
yeah. I wanna smack him so badly.
It gives me the chills.
It's probably the chocolate milk, Jasper's very cold. So yeah, we can enter. And it's, yeah, there's a lot of paper strewn about, which we can read, I think. So it mentions Alessa here, who's an important character from Silent Hill 1. I'm not gonna say more than that, but yeah.
And of course the lock is broken, a Silent Hill staple.
Yeah, I feel like in this game they do that the least. You know,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lock
yeah.
broken thing. In 1, 2, 3 they do that a lot. And I notice that Jasper actually just entered here. He's also kind of wandering around. And there's more papers here. Yeah. And there's the door opening.
Offer the blood of the 10 sinners.
And the white oil. Yeah, so it kind of is saying things about stuff. Mystical stuff.
Random Silent Hill cult stuff.
Yeah, and it mentions here, return to the source through sin's temptation under the watchful eye in the formless chaos. So, temptation, source, watchfulness, and chaos is gonna be a recurring word here. Because as you're about to see, this is the source placard.
Oh, we're just collecting placards right now.
Yeah. So someone put Jasper on fire, apparently.
Jasper, no!
Yeah. And once again, you notice that there are numbers on him, like on the chest.
Again.
Yeah. He's taking being on fire very well, I feel like.
Yeah, he's not rolling around on the ground.
Yeah, it's kind of, and even his screams are kind of muted to me.
Henry's not helping.
Yeah, exactly.
I finally met him! The one the nosy guy talked about! The devil!
So yeah, Jasper is apparently pleased with himself for some reason.
He seems happy to be on fire.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a weird thing. So that's why I think it's kind of interesting about Flores, the demon of fire. You know, because he's put on fire essentially.
A special news report.
So yeah.
In a forest near Silent Hill, the burned corpse of a 30-year-old male was discovered earlier today. The police have ruled it a homicide and are investigating. The numbers 7121 were reportedly carved into the man's body. Due to the marks on the victim, the police are investigating possible links to the Walter Sullivan case 10 years ago.
So they're mentioning Walter Sullivan, which is actually a character mentioned in Silent Hill 2 in a newspaper clipping.
Yes.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting to me. Because yeah, he's actually an important character in this game. So I really think that's kind of cool. So yeah, in the newspaper clipping, it's explained that Walter Sullivan killed twin kids, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Miriam and someone else. I don't remember his name. And yeah, once again, there's a doorbell.
Huh, that's odd.
Yeah.
I can't get in.
Superintendent.
Yeah. Superintendent Chalmers. Sorry, it made me think about that.
What's wrong with this room? Help! Let me out of here!
I like to think that they're just pretending they don't hear him, and they're just like, oh, I don't want to deal with that shit.
I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, could you imagine that? Like,
My hearing aid is off.
What's going on here?
So Superintendent, I almost said Chalmers, Superintendent Frank is going to try his keys on this door. And once again, you notice that there's a new handprint.
Yes, yes.
Kind of wish it was burned a little bit. Just to kind of, yeah, no. So yeah, and you guys notice that he can't open the door.
Better call a locksmith.
Yeah. Yeah, even remarks on it.
I'm sure I heard something in there.
Yeah, so they mentioned that they keep hearing a sound, a very, very faint sound. I kind of wish we could hear what it was exactly. Yeah, because it's a specific sound.
Or maybe just a reference to Henry screaming his head off, or
Yeah. Yeah, because he mentions that it's the sound from back then. So it kind of makes me think that it's a very specific sound, maybe. And I don't know, like, I really don't know, but maybe it is just the screaming, I guess.
it will always be a mystery.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, let's check on Eileen.
I'm gonna peep on Eileen again.
yeah, exactly. Which is very creepy.
Which happens when you don't have a TV or Netflix.
Yeah. And you notice once again the Robbie the Rabbit plushie, or like cuddly toy, I guess. Yeah, which is actually the mascot of the Silent Hill amusement park, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or one of the mascots. Yeah. So I'm gonna save again, so prepare your eyes, everyone. Ah! So yeah. A return from Forest World.
It sounds like amusement parks, Subway World, Forest World.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, now we have 2 placards. 2 more to go.
Spoiler.
Well, yeah. But I already mentioned the chaos and the watchfulness thing, I guess. Yeah, he mentions that you can hear children through this hole. Which is actually relevant to the level, the world here. So everyone, welcome back in Water Tower World, I think it's called.
This isn't a water theme park at all.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, now this time he's laying down on the floor instead of being like crouched, I guess. Yeah. So
he also just appears in these worlds.
Yeah.
We never actually see him crawl out of a hole, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's never gonna be explained, I think, so...
Never.
I hope everyone's not too disappointed. So yeah, we hear someone who's pleading to get out. I kind of like this level, but it's very like confusing sometimes. But I do like the way it looks. So it's very water themed, as you can see.
Get me the hell out of here.
I'm taking a break apparently.
Yeah, in a prison that doesn't help. Just telling the guards, "Let me out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm innocent. Let me out."
Yeah, that guy has never been to prison apparently. Or has common sense. So yeah, this is kind of one of the cells. Where there's more pistol bullets. Oh yeah. You know, there's like a shadow and like a footstep noises.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he mentioned there that it was like a children's writing on the wall. So it is kind of implied that this is like a prison for kids. Yeah.
The death chamber, ooh.
Yeah, the death. So yeah. So this is kind of connected to the forest world. You know, the wish house. So yeah, so he kind of mentioned that Walter's gonna kill him.
He's gonna kill me.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of explained that this place is used to send kids who are bad, I think. To kind of like imprison them.
From the cult?
Yeah, from the cult, yeah. So kind of a very grim place, I guess.
Get me out.
So I'm checking the map again. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be reunited with my worst enemy, the Wallman, I think, later. So yeah, there's a news here. There's also kind of a cool puzzle later, which I really like. And this is a new enemy.
Ew.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not sure what they're called, but they're stationary. They're meant to be like obstacles, I guess.
Not very effective obstacles.
Yeah, I guess they're a lot more dangerous when they're in combination with other monsters, when you try to run away, but yeah, these things are in the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of their purpose.
Oh god, everything looks the same.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem with this level a little bit. Everything really does look the same. Yeah, so there's a sloppily written note. Yeah.
Corpse disposal chutes?
Yep. Like I said, it's a very grim
That's how the
place.
kids wouldn't discover them.
Yeah. Yeah, so he mentioned that the lights only work on the 3rd floor. Yeah, this is locked, this door, and we're gonna go this way now. Oh, I go back in, and I'm like, oh yeah, right, sorry. So yeah, here I'm gonna be reunited with the wall, man.
Ah!
Yeah, I really hate these fuckers, I really do. Yeah. So it's a very long way down, unfortunately. I'm getting hit multiple times.
They keep slapping your face.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm smart enough to use the ladder. I think. I'm like,
How does a ladder work?
Yeah, exactly. I've kind of edited out something here. Oh, yeah, okay. Because I edited something out, exactly. So I'm back at the top, basically. Because I went the wrong way and like we're gonna see that area later. So yeah, we're back in the apartment. And notice that the TV is going again.
Well, that's never good.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and he doesn't remember turning it on, which is kind of weird. Yeah, and he mentions that as well. Yeah, the radio is also making noise. And yeah, there's another note here that slid under the door. Which is, yeah. Yeah, so this is kind of implied to be the previous occupant of this room.
Oh yeah, well, Walter Sullivan killed 10 people.
Yeah, and he mentions the numbers.
Yeah.
And he kind of mentions that it is indeed Walter Sullivan.
That was obvious.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So it's kind of interesting, those numbers, I guess. Oh god, the light again.
The joke has run its course.
Oh yeah, but it really does hurt though. Yeah, we're going back to the
Waterworld.
Yeah, Waterworld. Not the one with what's that actor called?
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. Yeah, not that world. Yeah. So once again, the wall is bigger. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Eventually, the whole wall will be gone.
Just imagine going to the toilet there, next to that hole.
Yeah, exactly, like the voices and like, oh god damn it, this makes it really difficult to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly keeping your eye on that, like, is there something in there?
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, I hope nothing's gonna come out. God damn. So I'm gonna check here again, I think. Because I'm like, oh wait a minute, I already checked everything, so I'm gonna go head back, I think. Yeah, I'm a little confused here because I'm like, But then I'm like, oh right, I need to go back to that area.
It is one of the most confusing areas.
Yeah. It also doesn't help that there's like a key item that's very specifically hidden somewhere in this giant ass place. And it's, yeah, I struggled a little bit here to find it. So now I'm going to head there. I'm gonna be smart and use the ladder.
They're not going to your best friends.
Yeah, exactly. So soon we're actually gonna pick up an item, I think, which is actually interesting. Yeah, this one, which is the Saint Medallion, which is, as kind of mentioned, an anti-spirit item. So to kind of explain, the Saint Medallion is used against ghosts specifically.
Yes.
So while you're wearing it, you don't take damage from their aura. And also, they are slower. And they're also weaker, I think. So this is the area I edited out because I was like, yeah, we're just gonna go there anyway.
Ow.
Yeah, they're really annoying. There's also another anti-spirit. There's actually 3 different ones. So you have the Saint Medallion, you also have the Holy Candles, and you also have something called the Sword of something. I don't remember what the full name.
And that is the key you mentioned.
Yeah, that's the key I mentioned. That was really difficult to find. Yeah, these flies are really annoying. Yeah. Very frustrating. For some reason, I'm always very frustrated when I get hit by small increments a lot of times. You know, it's somewhat a lot more annoying.
Slap.
Yeah. Another handprint on our face. Yeah, I really hate these fucking things. They're just so annoying and they're so hard to dodge. Yeah, even though this is my favorite Silent Hill 4 game, this is my favorite Silent Hill game, I still do notice that there are a lot of annoying things about it sometimes. These wallmen being one of them. Yeah. So I'm gonna head through the hole again.
Gather some health.
Yeah, to gather some health, exactly, because I do heal essentially. Yeah, I'm like, oh god damn it,
That is all. That is how all introverts heal, by the way.
Yeah, just to be at home.
Solitude.
Yeah. So I'm gonna check on Eileen, I think. Who's once again just hanging around in the bedroom for some reason.
She's always there.
Yeah, she's always there. I guess just in case people look through the hole, I guess they're like, oh yeah, maybe put Eileen there. But it's a bit awkward, I feel like.
Wouldn't it be creepy if the rabbit plushie suddenly turned around and looked at you?
Yeah.
I can't remember if that actually happened in the game. I think not.
No, I don't think so either. I'm twirling again, like the previous video. I'm not sure why I do that. Sometimes I twirl like.
It's a good luck charm.
Yeah, exactly. It's to like. Oh, I think I was waiting for my health to regen a little bit more. That's why I was like twirling, and now I remember. So yeah, we can just go through these ladders instead of going to the circular.
That's the long way.
Yeah, that's the long way. You might be wondering like, okay, why is it there? And that's actually kind of relevant later. Because as you may know, we're gonna return to these worlds again. Yeah, there are more of these weird things. I'm not sure what they are. I guess they're like heads.
Yeah.
Like on a long rope-like, material. Yeah, also there are like these leeches, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's another book. Yeah, so he kind of mentions here.
So he's monitoring the kids.
Yeah, so someone is monitoring the kids exactly. We will find out later who that is. Yeah, apparently this is filled with black powder. I'm not sure what it could be actually. I was first like, oh, is it gunpowder? Maybe he's trying to blow something up. A resourceful kid.
Screw that larva specifically.
Yeah, that was actually accidental, by the way. Yeah, apparently all these kids write down their thoughts, which I guess it makes sense in this place, I suppose.
And they keep mentioning a shadow.
Yeah, exactly.
Watching them.
Yeah, exactly. As I'm checking the map again. And I'm like, alright, let's go here. So yeah. This is kind of a dirty room.
They're all dirty rooms.
Yeah, but I feel like this one is a little bit more dirty. For some reason. Yeah, you may have noticed something there.
Oh.
I'm going back. This is an introduction of a new enemy. This is the twin victims, who are really creepy, by the way. Yeah, they're really. I really love their design.
I just love that Henry immediately turned his back to it.
Yeah, and you notice that they have a good reach, basically. So they're kind of hard to fight.
I love the design.
Yeah, I really love the design.
Stomp on his butt.
Yeah. So you may have noticed, viewers, that they're called twin victims, and I kind of mentioned earlier something about Walter Sullivan killing twin kids. So yeah, they're actually related.
The newspaper clipping in Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually a reference. Yeah, it's kind of part of the story. So yeah, we're gonna jump down this hole, which is perfectly reasonable.
The James special.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2. Whenever he sees a hole, he has to jump in it.
Yeah, exactly. So Henry is also going to jump, and again, I'm not sure how he managed to like land before it, because it's like the same area. So you would think you would just fall through constantly. Maybe like catched it, I guess, like it. So yeah, there are more twin victims. Yeah. So I do realize that there are 2 of them eventually, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna run. Shit. Yeah. So now we're in the central rooms.
The shower room.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't get a good look of them, because of the room, I mean, because of the twin victims. So yeah, here we are, where presumably the person is watching the kids. Yeah. Yeah, so they're kind of very like, yeah.
We've disposed of the corpses.
Yeah. Apparently they're very gleeful about doing this, I guess. Because like, oh boss, you're just dying to see this.
You're just dying to see this.
So here's like a hint about bloody beds. So we have to actually align them all. Which we're about to do, actually. So yeah, I'm kind of checking where, so there's a bloody bed on the first floor. They also mentioned that the first floor cells can be rotated. Only the second and the third can be rotated.
And then we jump through the hole.
Yeah. And then we, are almost out of the water world, essentially. So we're gonna solve this puzzle.
We have to line up the bloody bedrooms.
Yeah. So yeah, so this game is actually very divisive. I've noticed. So there's a lot of people who like it, but there's also a lot of people who don't like this game.
It's like it's like the stepchild of the Silent Hill series.
Yeah, it's very divisive. I've noticed, but I really like this game actually. I noticed the flaws, but I really love the good parts of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a bit more action-packed than the previous Silent Hills, I find. You may have noticed there's a lot more enemies than the previous Silent Hills. And also the puzzles are kind of clever, but they're also simplified in a lot of cases. Which is also a complaint that a lot of people had, essentially. So yeah, I'm trying to align the beds here. So I'm like, should I turn left or right? And I'm like, okay, just turn right. So yeah, this is kind of it takes a while, this puzzle, but yeah, I'm slowly aligning the bloody bed with the first floor.
I just noticed that Henry takes all of this in good stride.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, I'm stuck in my apartment. Oh, I'm in a survival horror video game.
Yeah, exactly.
And he just shrugs his shoulders and
exactly.
And carries on.
He's a trooper, yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I'm trying to like figure out where the bloody bed is again. I'm like, oh right, here it is. And I just have to turn it one more time, I think.
That is creepy. The bloody beds.
Yeah, exactly.
The stories behind the bloody beds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, I like to imagine that the people here just clobbered the kids to death, maybe.
Wow.
While they were sleeping, maybe. I don't know. It would make the most sense to me. So yeah, now this is perfectly aligned. Now we go to the third floor.
Yeah, maybe we also...
what?
Memo.
Memo, yeah. So yeah, they just give you the code for the door that you need to go through. So what did you want to say?
That we might not have to take this world so literally. And more symbolically, maybe?
Yeah, of course that's normal with Silent Hill, exactly. So yeah, there's a lot of, it's kind of a similar theme of voyeurism here, you know, like watching the kids in the water prison.
Like we are spying on Eileen.
Yeah, exactly, basically. So I'm trying to search for the bloody bed again. Oh yeah, you notice that the wall men are there for a brief second. So I'm like, oh god damn it, where's the fucking bloody bed? And I'm like, ah, here. And we're gonna align this one too. Any second. Yeah, it's a kind of a long-winded puzzle, but so it's fun. So yeah, we did it successfully, I think. And I think this guy is called Andrew. So he's been freed now.
He's really scared of Walter Sullivan.
Yeah, he's really terrified of him. Which we'll find out later why he's so scared of Walter Sullivan.
Well,
He's
he,
rightfully
he killed a lot of people. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, he's rightfully afraid of Walter. So yeah, now it's all perfectly aligned. So now we're gonna go downstairs again. Yeah, we're almost at the end of the water world, by the way. It's not long anymore, and also the end of the video as well. Go down, Henry. So yeah, here's the scene.
Stay in there. God, please.
Yeah.
Come on, let me out of here. So I didn't die in here. Stay in there, Walter. I'm telling you, stay down.
Yeah, so Andrew's kind of mumbling stuff. I actually don't understand him very well. That's the point, I suppose.
I'm struggling to understand him.
Yeah, me too.
Who is that boy? And who are you? His name's Walter.
Yeah. So here's the reveal that the kid is actually Walter Sullivan. Which is kind of interesting.
The orphanage watching the kids. I'm Andrew DeSalvo. They tried to make it seem like an orphanage, but according to that town's holy scriptures, it was actually the center of their religion. And that kid Walter.
Yeah.
He was really into that mumbo jumbo. Especially that descent of the Holy Mother business. It was scary. Oh God. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And for some reason Andrew just walks off away from us alone. At least Cynthia had the you know, the smarts to go with us. And Jasper is just weird, so I can kind of understand it from him. But for some reason Andrew decides to like fuck off basically, and yeah.
So is Andrew the creepy shadow in the notes?
Yeah.
Watching the children, doing all those creepy things to them.
Yeah. I think that's the implication basically.
Including Walter?
Yeah, including Walter. Yeah.
We went to a dark place there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Andrew is the one who watched the kids essentially in this water prison. I guess he was not the only one, but he was kind of like the, yeah.
Henry needs to recover from the news, that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly, we're recovering. Both mentally and physically.
Back in the apartment.
I love it here. So I'm gonna put, once again, a hint. If you find anti-spirit items, keep them for later. Because the ghosts are gonna be a lot more fierce later. So for now, they're not really a lot of... you may have noticed that there's not a lot of ghosts in the water prison world. There actually haven't been any. Yeah. And the forest world also only had one ghost. So yeah, the subway world was actually the most ghost intensive level up till this point. So now we're gonna finally head towards the 3rd floor and jump down the bloody bed holes.
The bloody bed holes.
I'm not sure how else to say it. Yeah. However, I think I'm first gonna go to the roof because we need to do something there, I believe. Yeah, we need to like open the sluice gates, I think, which is the note mentioned earlier. So yeah, I'm gonna do that first. So you notice a door there, here, that's locked. Once again, that's gonna be relevant later. So yeah, there's a handle here, we're gonna turn it. if I were in this situation, I would have no idea what to do.
Yeah, but where's the logic here?
Yeah. I would just stay in my room, actually, to be honest. I would be like, no, fuck that.
Well, if they randomly spawn in chocolate milk and other food-related items, so
Exactly, yeah.
you could survive there for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. That seems kind of nice, actually. Like the apartment provides for me.
Oh, apartment! I want cereal.
Yeah, exactly. And it just magically
Hamburgers.
it magically appears. So another twin victim here. He's not gonna show him who's boss. Yeah, I did it flawlessly, I believe.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we're stamping on him. That's what he deserves. Or they deserve, I suppose. Because it's two people. So yeah, now we're gonna jump through the holes of the bloody beds.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, he's just gonna do that 3 times.
Whee!
Yeah, wee! Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, exactly. Yippee! And yeah, now we're here.
Oh yeah, the code.
Yeah, the code. But first I'm gonna actually go through that door and unlock something. Just for later. Yeah, I got 3 in 1 there. I'm like, can I avoid them? No, I can't. I have to like... So I'm gonna actually unlock the dining hall door there. Sorry. So I actually got hit there by them. Surprisingly. So yeah, I unlocked it. That's gonna be helpful for later, I believe. So yeah. Yeah, so here we're gonna... So there's another plate here, which is the watchfulness placard.
Yeah.
And we're gonna type in the code. Which is 0302, yeah. And yeah. This is kind of some torture shit going on here.
The torture room.
Yeah, it's kind of like a torture room, I guess. I'm not sure how they put the saws on the wall, actually. How they managed that. So yeah, and Henry's gonna... He notices something. And yeah. It's Andrew, no. He's been killed. And once again there are numbers on his belly this time.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's his fault for leaving us basically in this dangerous place.
Plus what he did to the kids.
Yeah, exactly, at that too. Yeah, I don't know why Andrew just decided to fuck off for some reason.
Are we supposed to feel sorry for him?
No, I don't think so. And I also noticed that that scene here is very muted to me. You know, it's very like, how you say that? Like,
oh yeah, he's dead.
yeah, it's just like, oh, he's dead, okay. You know, compared to like Cynthia, for example, which is a lot more emotional, I guess, or a lot more like, oh.
She had her own song and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Henry is recovering from the mental trauma of seeing Andrew dead.
Jasper's death was memorable too.
Yeah, his was, for example, yeah, his was memorable too. So yeah, you know, once again, you notice that the weather outside is kind of clearing up a little bit. It's like a bit lighter.
Nice.
And we're almost near the end of the video, I think.
That doesn't help us though, we can't go outside.
Yeah. Yeah, so we notice like I think it's rushing water.
Yeah.
Which makes sense for the water prison world. Yeah, so he kind of mentioned something. So this is the third anti-spirit item. It basically allows us to pin ghosts and they're stuck forever.
It's like a sword.
It's like a sword, yeah. So how it works is you just beat them down and use a sword on them. And then they will never come after you again. Because that's the thing, the ghosts will go through the world following you essentially. So yeah, we're gonna enter the bathroom and this is what happens. Hold on. Yeah, here. This was the water actually.
Ew.
Yeah, so kind of mentions that's like the water-filled room in the cylindrical.
There is blood in the plumbing.
Yeah. And yeah, once again, the hole is bigger. So
Meanwhile, Henry's reaction is really muted.
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, blood in the tub. Okay.
Yeah, so here once again is Eileen and Frank.
Going with room 302.
it's like an objective of them.
Like a mystery to solve.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of a good way to put it.
It's like something's blocking it from the inside. Anyway.
So yeah, Frank mentions that it's not the first time.
You mean the guy who lived here before?
It's not the first time this happened.
It wasn't just him either. There's
Yeah.
something wrong
Uh.
with his whole apartment.
Don't say that. You're scaring me.
So yeah, Eileen is getting a bit freaked out over here. And once again, there's a new handprint, if you kind of noticed.
I just slipped
So yeah,
a note
Frank
under
actually
the
slipped a note under our door. We're gonna check that out later. Well, so in a moment.
Too much. There are a lot of strange things in this world.
So yeah, Frank is kind of like, yeah.
Umbilical cord.
Yeah, so he mentions an umbilical cord.
To my room.
He keeps in a box apparently.
Lately it's
Why?
Yeah, so that umbilical cord is actually gonna be very relevant later.
Umbilical?
Yeah, so Eileen catches him on it, so like, what? And he's like,
And you just kept that?
yeah. Just to kind of spoil something and be kind of, view him as a weirdo. It's not his kid's umbilical cord.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, you're keeping that?
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. So yeah, this is the note he stuck under the door.
Don't judge me, my son is also weird.
Yeah, and it mentioned that the note cannot be read. We cannot read it because it's filled with blood. Yeah, we're gonna check on Eileen one more time. The rabbit is still cool there.
Well, she was outside.
Yeah, exactly. But I just wanted to check just in case. And yeah, I think this is the end of the video almost.
2 worlds in one go.
Yeah, exactly. I hope the video isn't too long, viewers. So yeah, we decided to like make them a bit longer. So yeah. And yeah.
That's it?
That's it, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I hope to see you guys soon and have a nice day, I suppose.
Bye bye.
Bye.